UFC 319. This is my brother, Dricus Du Plessis. The day one right here. We're in Chicago, and listen, we talked in Australia, and you said, Khamzat, try and make it to a fight. You just shook his hand. He's here. Let's hope we got a fight on Saturday night, right?
My man, we have a fight. You know, from the first time, everybody asked me, did I worry about him not showing up? No. I know I have a very good senses when it comes to these things. There's been fights where my opponent's pulled out or something happened. Even when I signed the fight, I go, I don't think this fight's happening. Not against this guy, at least. And I just knew it was going to happen. I knew this fight, the time is now, the stars, they aligned a while ago. I knew this fight was going to happen. I didn't even worry about it one single day. And I know we have a fight, and I'm ready for this fight. I have been ready, and man, I wish there was a way for people to see how this fight camp went, to see what we went through, how successful we were, how flawless this camp went.
Did anybody get the 10K reward? Like, was that an actual thing? 10K to take you down during a training session?
Yeah, so people, to put that into context, sometimes coach just rocks up there to training, and you can see you either had a great day or a terrible day, and he goes, it's sparring day. 10K for the first knockout. And he's like, Dricus, you're in the middle. And I go, what? Why? Everybody just knows it's going to be one of those days where you go for it. And then, like, that day specifically, it happens sometimes. He just comes in, he's like, okay, Dricus, you're in the middle, you're on the wall, 10K for the first guy to take Dricus down. Or that day specifically, we did a whole session. I did a session, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. And that was my second session of the day. And at the end of the session, I was totally beat. And he said, you're not done. You have 1 minute with each guy. Yeah, and there were like 10 guys. And he said, it was a 10-minute round, I remember specifically. He said 1 minute with each, and 10K for the guy who takes him down. So what's my motivation, as you might ask?
Yeah.
I don't like losing. I don't like getting taken down. I don't like losing anything. And then they went at it, and nobody got that 10K.
It kind of reminds me of the Michael Jordan. Did you ever see when Michael Jordan was at like a kids basketball camp, and there was a bet on the line? If he missed, I think he had to shoot like 10 free throws or 10 shots, and if he missed a single one, every kid in the camp would get free Michael Jordan, like Air Jordan shoes. And he went in there and he swished every single shot. Like, he doesn't like losing.
Well, that's hilarious because, you know, if you look at it like that, you know, it's 100% it. You know, he's a guy. It's fun that you mentioned him. That just the United Saints. I was in there. I got goosebumps once again, seeing the greatest ever was, the greatest ever will be. The history. I don't watch basketball. I don't know. I played on the Xbox. So, but Michael Jordan, I've followed him, read some books on him. His documentary is because he demands excellence. Even from his training partners, he would be giving them so much shit, like tell them to get off the court if they're not playing to their abilities or even training. That's what it takes, because surround yourself with success to be successful, and everybody needs to chase that greatness. I love that. But even with that, if I got taken down, it would have been the end of the world. But one of my teammates and all my friends would have gotten 10K. I just can't do it, especially when it's a competition on the line. I mean, because that just went. My coach knew exactly what he was doing. He knows me. He went, okay, let's see where your character lies, and losing is not an option.
What did you mean by the knockout, though, when you got put in the middle? Like, explain that one.
Yeah, sometimes it's just like, it's hard sparring day today. Like, I mean, this doesn't happen often, but he's like, today I want to see you guys go all out. Go for it. And he's like, Dricus, you here in the middle, guys, go for it. And, you know, that's how sometimes it's rough in there.
Now, I gotta bring this up because this came up in one of our very first interviews. Not only do you have a chance to beat Khamzat Chimaev this weekend, you have a chance to beat both of the Smash Bros, which consists of Khamzat Chimaev and Cameron Simon's favorite fighter, Darren Till.
Yeah, can we take that? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, take down the duo. That's it, 100%. And Cammy, Yeah,
Please tell me you give him shit for that.
100% give him shit for that. Even online, I'm just giving him shit for that the whole time. I'm like, yeah, well, you obviously know nothing. I beat your guy.
Shout out to Cameron Simon because
MSP, man.
right, like I interviewed him, and we're talking. For anybody that doesn't know the background, I'm interviewing him, and they're telling this story about Dricus's coach is asking Cameron who his favorite middleweight is, and Dricus is standing right next to him, and Cameron goes, "Oh well, I think Darren Till will do very well at middleweight."
I'm looking at him and I just go, are you serious right now? He's like, oh shit, of course. And I'm like, bro, it's too late. And he's like, no, you obviously. I said, not too late now. You said it. But I mean, that's funny.
Dricus Du Plessis still knocks, but also now known as Dricky Bobby, the man who pisses excellence, right? Like I saw that on the embedded. I saw the comments that absolutely took me out.
Yeah, that was awesome. When I saw the post of me in the Wonder Bread outfit, I loved it. No, it's great. It's awesome. It's cool to share that with the world, and it's awesome. I love motorsports, and yeah, it's awesome to be at the opportunity to now actively be involved in it and actually racing competitively.
Back to the Michael Jordan comment earlier. In the documentary, he says, the famous line, he says, and I took that personally. Is there anything that Khamzat has done so far that you can have a Michael Jordan moment and say, and I took that personally? I know the trash talk, you never take that. You've told me before, you're like, trash talk doesn't matter to me. You can say whatever you want. It doesn't affect me. But was there ever a moment leading up to this fight that you're like, I took that personally?
Honestly, no. For me, what I take personally is every time I step in there and you think in your mind that this guy, I take personally because I am the greatest in my mind and I'm giving my everything. That's the only thing I take personal. The only person that can get me personally riled up is myself. No outside force, no other person, because that means they can have an influence on my emotions, how I react, and that's just not possible. I mean, that is, in my opinion, a weakness. I don't take this personally. I take this 100% professionally.
Last couple of questions, brother. I posted on X this week. I posted a picture of you. It was right before the Adesanya fight when you were kind of sitting down and grabbing the cage. And then I posted a picture beside. It was obviously Khamzat where he looks down and he's got those evil eyes. I captioned it. I said, this face-off is going to hit like crack. Like, I don't think there has been a bigger moment in MMA this year than there's going to be when Bruce Buffer does the announcements and they're, fighter, are you ready? Fighter, are you ready? And the two of you are just staring each other down. Like, have you visualized that yet, or are you just waiting for that exact moment?
Absolutely. I visualize it every single time. Look, I'm getting goosebumps as I said it. I just visualized it again. Every fight I visualize it. But yeah, you can visualize all you want when you get in there. I can't wait for that moment. It's the most terrifying moment on earth. I've done some crazy stuff in my life. There is no moment as terrifying as that. And it's not just this guy with this guy or this guy. Every single time. I did with Strickland twice. And I think I might have been more scared or more terrified the second time around. Because everything comes down to it. The last 3 months, everything that I've done in my whole life comes down to this moment. And they are like, are you ready? Yeah, it's automated. Are you ready? No, probably not. But yeah, I'm ready. I did everything I can. Let's go.
It's not, are you willing to die in there? It's, are you willing to kill a man, right? The famous quote.
100%. And are you ready? Well, we're here. Let's go.
Last question for me, brother. I know you've always shown love, and he's shown love to you. You and Ilia Topuria. Is there ever going to be a day where the two of you guys sit down, have a beer, or he has a glass of wine, and you guys kind of compare the runs that you guys had together? You know what I mean? Because you came up on the same cards together, and you guys have basically taken over the UFC. So is there ever going to be a time where you're like, hey, man, pull up. We'll have a beer. We'll talk about our accomplishments and celebrate each other a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love that. I would love to do that. I mean, we've both been pretty busy, but we speak whenever we are at the same. We always catch up, and we do speak online as well. Whenever we, back and forth messages, and just congratulating each other on it, and always wishing him well. He's a great fighter, a great example of what it means to be not only a fighter but a man, a father, a good husband, a great father. You can see that, and he's done incredible things and deserving of every single thing that he has. But I would love to have that, like you said. And I actually spoke to him and said, I want to come and train that side one of these days, and I will definitely do that. He said, I'm welcome anytime, and I would definitely take him up on that to go there. I mean, after this fight, I should have a little bit of a break and then definitely go and get that done.
That's your UFC middleweight champion, Dricus Du Plessis. I'm Shawnee Mack with the boys at Full Send MMA, and brother, it's always a pleasure to see you.
Pleasure is mine.